There's a lot of review in this chapter. Pretty much things I expect you to know: perimeter and area. Perimeter is the outside of a shape. Area is the space inside of a shape. How to find both of a rectangle, square, and triangle. That should all be memorized from 7th grade. You need to know what the base is of a triangle. You need to know what the height is of a triangle. When it comes to a circle, again, I expect you to have discussed this, but in case you haven't, let me just review quickly. Okay, there we have a circle. The diameter of said circle is a line that goes directly across the circle through the middle. It has to go through the middle. That's the diameter. The radius goes from the center to the outside, and the circumference is the area, or is the length going around the circle. And you can find that by 2 times pi times the radius, and you can find the area. So this is circumference, and area is pi r squared. Okay, basic circumference and area equations for a circle. So we want to know all those and have those memorized. They'll be useful as we go into proofs. So let's take the combination of our basic knowledge and some of our algebra, and let's figure some of this stuff out. Let's start with a triangle. So let's say we have this triangle. And it's got a height of 3x. We're going to say it's a right triangle. It's got a base of 8. It's got a hypotenuse of 5x. And we're asked to find the perimeter and the area of this figure. Well, remember, the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. Okay? And the perimeter of this figure would be all of the sides added together. The problem here is we have too many variables, right? We know the base is 8, and we know the height is 3x. Okay. We can't deal with an equation that has x and area, or x and perimeter, right? There's too many variables, so we need another equation. Well, the other equation we have, because we are dealing with a right triangle, is Pythagorean theorem. So we could also say that 3x squared plus 8 squared has to equal 5x squared. And all of a sudden this problem becomes a little bit more interesting, right? Not just dealing with area and perimeter anymore. Now we've got some other stuff going on. So if we go through and we simplify some of these things, we get 9x squared plus 64 equals 25x squared. If we subtract 9x squared from both sides, we end up with 64 equals 16x squared. Divide 64 and 16 by 16, and we end up with 4 equals x squared, or x equals 2. Oh, well, now that we've solved for x, we can go back here and figure out the rest of this stuff. So we have 10 plus 6 plus 8, giving us a 24 perimeter. What's the units? I think the units are inches. Actually, it doesn't say, but we'll say the perimeter is 24. And then area is 4 times 6, or 24. Oh, so we actually end up with an area and a perimeter of the same number. So your homework tonight is really just 1 through 13. Oh, I might have just done one of them for you, sort of. It's a little bit different. But 1 through 13 of those types of problems, okay?